Liffey Joy and welcome to another planty video. Today I thought we could do a little drawing, a plant drawing thing. So I'm going to try and set up in studio for you to be able to watch me draw and chat while I draw and see what I'm doing. But I thought we could do some different drawing technique videos. So I'm going to do cross-hatching in this one, I think, and then just draw some plants. Have a chat, be quite nice, maybe learn a bit about drawing at the same time. So this is a weird setup. I've got like a double setup going on, but I thought it'd be quite handy for you to be able to see what I'm drawing. I hope this works. So I feel like I have to bend down. I'm going to be drawing the ZZ plant today, and we're going to be doing cross-hatching. So cross-hatching is just one of many shading techniques, but I thought it'd be quite nice just because this is quite a structured plant, and cross-hatching lends itself to kind of like a more geometric structured look. So I'm just going to put it somewhere I can have a nice view. Let's get cracking. See, so we're going to start off in pencil. I don't normally like using a mechanical pencil, but it just feels quite handy. Just want to check we're in shot. We are good. Also, sorry for wearing yoga pants, but I wanted to draw on the floor and I wanted to be comfy. So you want to make sure the composition that you work out where you're going to put everything first, and that you're looking at what you're drawing. That's the key thing. I actually feel like I need to lift him up a little bit on something. But what? Tub of paint. No, don't go. That's much better. Here we go. So compositionally, you can either choose to like centralize something on your paper, so keep it in the center. I like stuff off center, so it depends what you're doing. We might off-center him, I don't know. It's nice to have your composition touching in 3 places. So it's better if I had a camera behind me to show you, but I don't. But basically what you're going to do is close one eye if you can't get the angles properly, and look at what you're doing and match up the line, and then back down to the paper, if that makes any sense. So behind me, if I wanted to get, say, this line over here, I would close one eye, hold this up, and then keeping my arm at that angle, take it down onto my paper, and then draw the line. But that's irrelevant, so I'm just going to get kind of like a little bit of a sketch on, just so we can get something on the paper. I'm not used to working in fine liners, so this is going to look a bit janky to start off with. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I am very much a shady kind of person, but we're going to go in and add our details in fine liners, so it doesn't really matter when you're laying out. But you just want to make sure that all of your basic structures are there. Also, I want to just chat normally while we're drawing. But what I will say is, this is my motto. When I was teaching, this is what I would tell kids, and they say, like, you sound like an absolute idiot. And kids say that, kids are mean. But draw what you see, not what you know. So a lot of times I find when people who haven't drawn before start drawing, they actually draw better than people who have drawn for a long time. Because I'm going to say us, it sounds a bit pretentious, but for those of us who draw regularly, or, you know, this is what we do for a living, you get a bit arrogant. You think you know what something looks like and you stop looking at it, if that makes any sense. So you stop seeing it, but you draw what you think your mind knows it looks like, if that makes any sense. Whereas if you draw what you see, you get it right. So I do a lot of exercises with kids. I'll try and work out how to do it on a YouTube video. Like, we can do a draw along. Maybe I'll do a draw along on my Instagram. Leafy.greenfingers, just a casual plug there. Where you draw stuff upside down, and that actually results in a much more accurate drawing than if you're drawing it the right way around, because you are not associating what you think you know, you're just drawing. So you flip something upside down and you will automatically get a more accurate drawing. So that, just try it. Honestly, I would go and try it, like print a picture out, try and draw it normally first, and you will see that like it may be accurate, but then flip it and draw it again, and it will be more accurate upside down. I would say 99.9% of the time. So I want to do different techniques with you with drawing. So this is going to be our first one. So this is cross hatching. Do shading. I'm going to do just drawing the light, just drawing the shadows. That's quite fun. Normal shading, anything really. So if there's a particular technique that you would like to see, please let me know. I would do stippling, but I feel like stippling, because it takes so long, doing that on camera would be, well, can only be described as an absolute nightmare. Okay, we've roughly got down what this looks like. I just want to sort of roughly lay out where the veins go, just for, see, this is going to be interesting looking back on camera, because I feel like I look at my subject enough, but whether I do actually look enough is another question. Anyway, so life-wise, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna just be mentioning this in all of my videos because it's what's happening right now. Misty's coming, but the world is a weird place right now. It's a very strange place to be, and I'm like, hello, Misty. I'm a little bit, it's like 50-50. Some people are being really good and taking this really seriously, and I understand very well that being able to self-isolate is an absolute privilege. I mean, particularly here in South Africa, where our socioeconomic divide is disgusting. I am privileged enough to live in a nice house where it's just me and James that live here and the cats, and we have access to running water, and we can spend money on buying enough food for us to not leave the house for a few weeks. And we don't have to freak out so much that James is not able to go into work and I'm only able to do online sales. It's not the case for everybody here, but there's so many people still out. Like, I can hear people driving, and James did actually go to the shops earlier to get a bit more food. We missed the rush, and we did miss most of the food because people are stockpiling like selfish idiots. So he said there were so many people out, people with their kids. Schools closed early for you to keep your kids at home and keep them safe, and to flatten the curve, not for you to take them out shopping or to the park or... Hello, Misty, please don't knock that camera over. Anyway, I'm very frustrated with that, to be honest, and I don't have kids, so I feel like people are going to be like, oh yeah, well, you don't understand what it's like to try and keep them entertained. I don't. But at the same time, like, it's your responsibility to protect those around you who have got compromised immune systems, or are on treatment for HIV, or have HIV, or have TB, or, you know, like, it's your responsibility as someone who is perhaps healthier to look after someone who is not. And we can do that by staying at home. Okay, we've got a loose approximation of what that looks like. So, I don't know if you can see. Hello. But I'm going to start heading with my fine liner now, which is the scary bit. So this is a 0.3 mil. I quite like this one, but I'm going to do an outline on this, I think, which is not what I would normally do, but because we're cross-hatching... Hello. She's so cute. I feel like it kind of lends itself to that. Any other kind of drawing, I would say do not outline. Should I outline? I kind of wanted this to be more of a botanical illustration, and those do generally have outlines. Oh, maybe I will. Maybe as we're getting back into this, I will. But this is where I have to commit to my marks. we have our basic lines down. So what I actually, oh, I have an eraser here. How exciting for us all. I might, am I gonna go the veins? I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna play this by ear. Now the key to cross hatching, and I'm gonna do this on a little piece of paper extra here, is you basically want to go over your lines. So the more hatches you do, so that's a hatch basically. So you can do hatches with lines that kind of 45-degree angles to each other. And the more lines you do over each other, obviously the darker it's going to get. And the less lines, the lighter it's going to get. So I'm just going to do a little like scale to show you. So you're not going to get a smooth drawing out of it. It does add a lot of texture, but I feel like that kind of lends itself to the ZZ in a certain way. I prefer to do a very loose cross hatch. Some people are very precise with their hatching. I, however, am loose. But we'll see how this goes. You can kind of see how you achieve a shaded structure. So the more lines you put over each other, the darker it will be, and the less lines, the lighter it will be. And this is now where you need to start looking at where the light falls on your subject. So the light in here is actually coming from directly above because of the panels. So I can see that it's hitting the top parts of the leaves and casting a shadow underneath. So actually there's not that much contrast, which is going to be interesting to draw, but we'll see how it goes. The stems, however, are quite dark. So I'm going to start doing the stems. This is the darkest part of the plant down here. So we are going to add some texture in and move up and then go into the leaves, I think. But you can also curve your lines. You don't have to keep them straight. So to give an illusion of shape, you can curve. So if I were to do a circle, just by curving my lines, I can give the illusion of a shaded sphere. Curvy lines. So I think I might actually do that a little bit on the stem, just to get a bit of dimension and depth. He's also got quite a lot of nodules on his stem. A few leaves broke off in transit. So he's got some numply bits, but those are kind of what give a plant character. So when you're doing a drawing, you don't just want to make it look perfect. I would say try and capture all the bits of it that look not imperfect, but that give it character. So like for me, for example, I don't like drawing conventionally good looking people. Their faces are boring. Give me someone with loads of wrinkles, interesting facial features, like something that I can hold on to while I'm drawing. It's just so nice. Like, oh, wrinkles are just delicious to draw. People with perfect skin, pretty faces, like, they're nice to look at, but in terms of drawing, pretty boring. I'm already regretting doing the line. I don't like it. I don't like it. I should have shaded. I so much prefer shading. But that's because I'm comfortable with it. So maybe it's good to do things that you're not comfortable with. Okay. I feel like this is gonna look super weird, but I draw in weird positions. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be that person who does this. Sorry, little microphone. That feels much better. I have sort of changed my angle a little bit of the plant, but it's fine. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is not my finest work. But it's fun. This is just for the fun of it, really. I'm taking it too seriously. Anyway, so I don't really have anything exciting to share with you. My show has been postponed. I don't know until when. So that's a little bit disappointing. But it's for the best. So, you know, I'm not going to complain because we want to do what's right for the world. So I'm currently sitting with a lot of artworks and nowhere to put them. So I was kind of relying on them all going to a gallery. But yeah, I've sort of decided that even though I work from home, I might treat this a little bit kind of like a break. Just, I haven't taken a break in a really long time. I took December off for the first time in 3 years. I took 2 weeks off in December, which was amazing, but I still feel like I need to recuperate a little bit. It's been a hectic couple of years for a multitude of reasons. But everyone else in the world seems to be taking a break. Obviously those who work in offices and stuff can't work from home, and I get that, and I can work from home, so I should. Oh no, that's not good. We're going to have to swap from that camera to one camera because my phone's about to die. Okay, hello on another camera. So I don't get to talk to you in two places, but maybe that's better. So I think that is going to do for now. Look, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not my finest work, but it's supposed to be fun. So I am going to make this into an art drop artwork, minus that little mark that I did there. I'll think of something to do with that. So art drops, I leave paintings and things around Cape Town for people to find. Because art's supposed to be fun. So I will hide this somewhere and then someone can just stumble across it one day, hopefully. But let me do a little overshot for you. So there you go. That's what I was looking at, kind of from that angle. And that's where we're at. That line's incorrect. So there you go. Textured marks for you. The joy of cross-hatching, it's fun. The more loose you get, like these marks down here, it's actually more fun. So I would say just experiment and see, have a play. Don't take it too seriously. I took this too seriously, and I think as soon as I started to commit more into these dark areas, it's already started to look better. So don't be scared and enjoy yourself. Go and draw something. It's fun. I really encourage you to. Okay, I hope this is in focus. I can't tell. But I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if there's any other techniques or things you want me to draw. I'm going to just be doing lots of these. I think they're quite fun. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to Anyway, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I might do some live draw-alongs for this. In fact, I will do some live draw-alongs, so you can follow me on Instagram at leafy.greenfingers or at liffyjoy for art stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time for another planty video. Bye guys. See you guys next time.